And I made a vow that I would give him all the love. Because he did not beg to come to this world. He did not beg to come to this world. I brought him into this world, and I will take care of him. And today I am so happy that God answered my prayers. And in the bid of trying to make my marriage work, I found out I was pregnant again. And this time the situation was even more worse. It was worse because my husband was, he was gone even while we were together. And I tried to love him with every.
The wedding of the year has happened. Yes, I can confidently say this is wedding of the year. JB 2025 started since last year, and it has not even culminated. We still have 1 more to go. It's an 8-part event, and according to Queen Mother herself, the mother of the bride, Iyabo Ojo, she has said there is 1 more happening in May, right? Just a couple of weeks in Tanzania again. Now, this video is a journey of how this woman has built, I'm going to say built, her children, and people's reactions to her ex-husband attending the event in Lagos, Nigeria. Iyabo Ojo is a single mother of 2. She's been single for the greater part of 26 years now. She got married in the early 2000s to a movie marketer then, Mr. Ademidun Ojo. And shortly after they gave birth to the second child, Priscilla, both parties separated. They went their own ways. This man has gone ahead to remarry in the United States of America, where he's based, and even shares, children with his new wife. While Iyabo Ojo pulled herself and, just threw herself into her career and being the best mother our children can ask for. And you can say this has paid off. A lot of persons have credited Iyabo Ojo for being able to gather the talk of the town, the who is who in the entertainment industry, Afrobeat, movies, and even our present partner, Paul Okoye, media mogul, music mogul, businessman. Polo was also in attendance. In fact, she came to the event from his house. Now, some persons are saying, let's start. There's a video that I actually made on this channel talking about how people said, shame on Mr. Ojo for bringing himself to attend the event, especially because of his countenance. According to a lot of persons who followed on social media, JP25 is a well-followed event. It was followed everywhere, and a lot of we online viewers were there, online attendees, and a lot of persons pointed out how Mr. Ojo seemed to be not smiling. And in fact, when Iyabo Ojo and the man shared the dance floor, you could smell and taste the tension between them. They sat down together and the space was so wide. I mean, granted that both of their partners were at that event. Iyabo Ojo's ex-husband, Mr. Ojo's wife, was present, and of course Polo was also at that event. So I understand why they can't have that relationship, especially with Iyabo Ojo sharing how she had to give birth to Priscilla, this beautiful lady we are celebrating now with her, we are celebrating her marriage to her Tanzanian beau. She said she had Priscilla because she was hoping to sustain her marriage. Imagine getting married, and on the eve of your wedding day, the night of your wedding, your husband, your newly wedded husband, should tell you, I actually don't love you. I only got married to you because you were pregnant. How breaking is that? Because that was the situation Iyabo Ojo found herself. Lots of persons have questioned why the man was present, credited Iyabo Ojo for maturity and for not telling the children, terrible things concerning the father. The man was, actively was, we don't know if it was always present, but we know that it was active at different points in their lives. They've traveled to go see him and all of those things. So a lot of persons have credited her for the maturity, saying she's like the she's the inspiration for all single mothers. They should, or women who have children with other men, they should take an example of her and look at how you should treat the husbands. They should still be present when their children have this celebration, even if the man was a deadbeat, like a lot of persons assumed Mr. Ojo has been all this while. And for somebody to have told you they don't love you on the night of your wedding, knowing that you were pregnant with their child. Iyabo Ojo has shared the video several times, well, because she's credited herself a lot of time for raising her children. Especially because she said she came from a house where the women don't stay in husbands' houses. Her mother was a single woman, and so she didn't want to repeat that cycle. She even had a strained relationship with her mother for in the early part of her years, until later, just before her mother died, before they reconciled, and they had a beautiful relationship before the woman passed. So she did not want to repeat that kind of cycle, and so she stayed with Mr. Ojo then. She had a child, Festus, the first child, and the man couldn't care less. And then because she wanted to still sustain the marriage, the union, she also got pregnant a second time. She said it took giving birth to Priscilla in the room of an auxiliary nurse. She said she had to beg a nurse because she had just 150 naira on her when she was going to deliver Priscilla. So they had to just help her. She lost blood. She thought she was going to die. There was no help, no drugs, no medical attention. She had a child, and she just knew that she had to leave for these children to live and for her to live. You understand what I did there? So she left. And you can say that God has helped her, because look at her celebrating this beautiful lady now. Look at her celebrating Priscilla Ojo's marriage. So when she's excited and she decides that it's going to be an 8-part event, she's going to change outfits 100 million times because she can afford to, and she has every reason to, looking at how she raised these children by herself with no help from this man and all of these things. So a lot of persons saying that Mr. Ojo sort of drank alobo bitters or something. They could tell that he did not expect that the children were going to turn out like this, or that Iyabo Ojo herself was going to turn out like this, was going to be such a person of influence that a lot of persons will now attend. Chioma gifted them the hall they used for the traditional marriage, the reception and all that. She didn't have to. People were spraying her dollars. You can't imagine how much she would have made from the dance floor alone, and people gifting her just to celebrate with her, in closed doors and all that. And they're saying that, this man cannot even imagine that. His head could not fathom that maybe if he knew that this was what or who Iyabo Ojo was going to turn out to be, he would have stayed. And he wouldn't have uttered the kind of statement he made to Iyabo Ojo on the eve of their wedding. Someone even said, I feel guilty conscience is troubling him. Hence, he's not very free to express his joy. His children turned out all well brought up and intelligent children, all under the guidance of their mom. Another person said, the daughter's wedding was a tremendous success. Glory be to God Almighty. Another person in their comment said, he can carry his miserable self back home because he can tell he's not even happy. Someone said, father needs to do better. They really do. This is why I am so grateful to have daughters. Women are doing what men should be doing, taking care of the family. So a lot of persons have shared their thoughts, shared their opinions concerning Mr. Ojo's presence at the wedding of his daughter. And regardless of what she might say, Iyabo Ojo has never publicly said that the man was mean to her, except for sharing her story. And she shared the story as a testimony for what God has done in her life, and saying she would just want to inspire. So when you see Iyabo Ojo being very passionate about single mothers, about young women, about men maltreating their women, and she being all over the internet about it, or about men maltreating children, it's because she's experienced it and she does not wish it on anybody. She's very generous. Yeah, a lot of persons have testified to the generosity of Iyabo Ojo in their lives, and that is what she's reaping now. People coming out for her, people celebrating her. Right? It's such a beautiful thing to see. But then we are still on this journey of Iyabo Ojo's, on the story of Iyabo Ojo's journey up until now. and the involvement of Mr. Ojo in the whole story. Like I said, I'm not sure we can see he's been there, but he was invited and he graced the event. He even danced with Priscilla and walked her down the aisle. Someone even said that Iyabo Ojo and the man should have walked Priscilla down the aisle because Iyabo Ojo should not have been denied the opportunity. She was really a father to these children. She fathered them, she mothered them, she nurtured them. Which is why I said earlier, she built these children, built an empire. Fepris, she has so many businesses under Fepris. That's Festus and Priscilla, putting their names together. Each of these children also have their individual businesses they are doing. She's this late, do you understand? So people have said that, but then some other persons have shared their story saying she's just been a proper Yoruba woman, and it does not matter if this man was terrible to Iyabo Ojo as a person. You can't deny that he was there for his children, because we've seen pictures of him together with his children, throwback pictures and all that. So he was there for the kids. He mentioned to her that he married her because of her pregnancy, because of the child. So he was ready to be a father, but not necessarily a husband to Iyabo Ojo. And so she left with her cute children, raised her children, and now she's celebrating these children. She's done an amazing job. People are rooting for her. And other people are also pointing to other children of other single celebrities, other women in the industry who have, beautiful women, beautiful young ladies too, who are Priscilla's age, and they are saying that they are waiting for these children to also marry somebody, people that are also very influential, people that are well to do, and to make their parents proud also. And they are hoping they don't take the paths of some other persons that you might want to judge in the society. I'd like to hear what you guys think in the comment section. Iyabo Ojo's story, you can say it's one that has ended in praise, although some persons are saying, I've seen a comment, I think that's the only terrible comment I've seen, saying that all of this plenty celebration and funfair for a marriage that might not last 1 year. And I hope to God that is not what happens. I hope to God that our joy is full for a very long time, right? So I'd like to hear what you want to see. I feel like hers is a story of, and God did it. Regardless of the man's involvement, he was there. He made his face public. If the children were not doing good, you would not want to be associated with them. Even if they were marrying the biggest of the biggest persons in society. But it's because the children also made him proud. The Iyabo Ojo has made him proud. And she even brought Paulo to dance with him on the dance floor and all of those things, showing that she's moved on. The man has also moved on, and she said it multiple times that she wishes the man move on, and he's also moved on. He's remarried, and she said she's not going to remarry Paulo. They are going to just continue enjoying their relationship, even though the children from both of them refer to the other person as their stepmom. Paulo's children refer to Iyabo Ojo as their stepmom, and Iyabo Ojo's children refer to Paulo as their stepdad. So it's like sort of a blended family, but without the stamp of the court to make it legal. So that's what they share. And I just hope that this brief story of Iyabo Ojo's journey that has brought her up to where she is now is something that you would want to talk about in the comment section. I'd really like us to discuss it. Mr. Ojo's involvement in the wedding, did Iyabo Ojo do the right thing, especially seeing as he frustrated her out of the marriage, for lack of a better word. If you have a husband who said he did not have much, you credited him that then actually he wasn't rich then, right? But at least you would do something for your children for the sake of them, but he wasn't willing to do, so she left. And so did she do the right thing, or for inviting him and all of those things? I'd like for us to talk about it in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Subscribe to this channel if you are here to do so. Thank you so much, and bye.